What's up, Chucklefucks? Welcome back to Wrench's Wreckfest, a series where you submit your From the Depths designs to me for review, and I either praise them for being a fantastic design with little feedback, or shit all over them for them being a terrible design with maybe a side of constructive criticism. Now, we have a lot to get through today. There is a reason I downed the amount of blueprints people could submit from 3 to 2, because if we take a good old look here, this is gonna be a lightning episode to try and keep this shit under a fucking hour long. Alright, so we are gonna be starting this off from the very top, the A100 Sky Empire. This is by Colton. I can kick it off potentially strong. Oh. What the fuck? I don't hate it, but I'm also very intrigued. The first thing that's standing out to me, oh god, you have the mannequins in here, but with the poles that you have to use for the shaping, they're just phased into it. They are one with the aircraft. The main thing I'm seeing here is, like, I feel like from some of the planes that I've seen like this from World War II, I feel like the back here needs to come more to a point. I think the rounded nose up here is okay. Maybe make it a little bit of a sharper curve up in the front, rather than it being just like super, just like a half circle. Make it actually stretched out a little bit more. But I feel like this needs to come down to a point instead of it just being rounded off like that. The other thing is these tail. I don't know how I feel about all these being movable. I think this rear wing could be fine movable and this movable being fine, but with it turning and that clipping, because both of these are the movable kind of control surfaces, I would make these rear wings not actual movable control surfaces. I would leave this one, but not these side ones. And these wings look a little weird. Like, it feels like the angle up here in the front should be a lot sharper than it being like this. Okay, I get it. Have to fucking reset the camera, you goddamn dick. But I feel like your angle for this should be a lot sharper instead of it being like the 3-meter slope that it is. I feel like it should be more of like the 2 to 1 meter slope, like a 45-degree angle coming up. I feel like that would look a little bit better. The cockpit itself, it looks okay. It looks a little funny with how you've got this section right here, but I also understand the pain that detailing planes fucking sucks. Oh, this actually has a gun. It's not very well optimized, but I also understand because making guns on planes is an absolute pain in the ass. Fires relatively fast for 40 mil. What does it look like without decos? Not as bad as I thought. Hey, yo, it looks like bro's trying to throw up gang signs. Anyway, yeah, that's about the only criticism I've got on that, and maybe change up the design of the propellers. But other than that, it looks pretty cool. Next is the A11 Assassin Test. This is by iPersons. What is this? Good lord, fat! Fucking fat! Holy fuck! Look at that top profile! And it immediately went into the water. I think you might have some control issues. It seems like it likes to nose down quite a lot. Why is that? Well, your center of mass is just about at the right level for the center of propulsion. You might need some more elevation control. Are these your only... Is that your roll? Are these the only pitch things that you got? Okay. Yeah, you need more pitch control. That's why it's constantly, like, waving up and down, and why it went into the water. You need a lot more pitch control. Like, this whole back wing needs to be pitch control, whether you make it like this section be the only part that moves, but change the rest of this to more pitch control. So you want pitch only. Do this. There you go. Although you might have some funky shit with your AI though, with it constantly bobbing up and down like that. The cockpit design I like, although I would make it a little bit more, like, it doesn't need to be fully transparent, but I think it should be partially transparent. Oh, you actually can see out of this thing. Interesting. The big thing is it is really fat, and the wings look really off. They look really off. Do they pivot at all? Do these pivot at all? No. With this sharp angle that you got here, and then all of a sudden basically flipping that on its side, like the angles don't line up. Like your wing needs to instead, I think would look a lot better if it's sloped back a lot sharper. Kind of more along the lines of that angle there, 45 degrees, instead of this here. I think would look a lot better. Alright, next is the Ashna? This is by Will. What is this thing? Whoa. Lightning hoods looking motherfucker? Is that what it? Yeah, that looks like lightning hoods. Hang on, let me go ahead and get that switched to lightning hoods colors. There we go, that's a little bit better. I'm not too certain on the orange. The tracers on this are a bit too much. Like, these need to be downed a lot. Like, it should not be present for so long. I think it should stop, like, continuing to render in about, like, this far back from the craft. I would also make it not orange, because the orange just doesn't really fit with the lightning hoods. I feel like it should be some kind of a green, just because that's just how lightning hoods are. Cockpit is interesting, but I don't hate it. It's not bad. Personally, I don't think you should have exposed heavy armor. I also would deco the wings to not be the default wing texture, and I'll instead make that like alloy. I would work on not exhaust, the fucking intakes of your jets a little bit more. I would try to integrate or make the like the actual like flare or flange out in front of the intake kind of bulge out a little bit more, and still make it like circular coming out. Like, I feel like your exhaust, oh, God damn it, not exhaust, your intake needs to come out to like maybe right there, I feel like, and just kind of figure out a way to integrate it a little bit more. Because it being so recessed back in here, it just kind of feels like something is missing here. Like, it feels like it needs something else. That intake there is okay. I feel like some exposed, like laser bits would be kind of cool. So basically, what I'm kind of thinking here is, let me get this whipped up here real quick. Maybe something like this, or you can make, like, if you can find a way to make these like little blue bits, like the neon green, or just like exposed laser bits, almost look like cooling fins for like laser bits on it. I think would look really cool, because I like this overall design that you got here. I think that's really cool. Biggest Rocketus. Oh my god. That's actually okay. You know what? I'm kind of retarded for thinking that was something else other than rocket, considering it's called Biggest Rocketus. All right, next is the Aspiring. This is by Elite Leon. Let us take a look. Oh god, get rid of the fucking don't make it green. So first off, I still say that you need to, I mean, I guess I could kind of maybe say, no, you need to have a different color down here for the bottom of your hole, because like it right now is just, it all being the same thing just doesn't look right. There's nothing breaking up that texture. Like just something like a slightly different color is all it needs. All it needs. And also make it to where the camo doesn't apply to that color as well. Because it only makes sense to have camo on the part that's showing above the waterline, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue looking at this. I do like your guns. It is a little bit, like, square-ish. Like, very sharp angles, but really it doesn't look bad. I actually quite like it. I love the texture that you made for the guns. And your mantlet actually looks pretty good. What did you use? What did you use for that? Holy shit, you used a lot of things. Okay. Huh. Very interesting, but you did a very good job with the mantlet. Very good. Yeah, I have nothing to say really on the turret caps. I think they look great. I would still make these have be a little bit smaller because the portholes just look really, really fucking big. I feel like they need to be about 3/4 of the size. Your main mast looks okay. Oh, look at the little plane. I like it. Not bad. It feels a little weird with how sharp the nose is, or like how flat it is there. I feel like it needs to angle down a little bit. Other than that, I really like that plane. Airlast is good. How much is this thing? 178,000. Custom little like officer's lifeboat, little lifeboats, and then your custom guns here are beautiful. Hull shaping is alright, especially for how small the ship is. Although, back here it is a little bit funny how it comes in, flattens out, and then it rounds out again. I feel like that needs to be one full, like, solid slope coming and connecting to right here from right here. But other than that, this looks pretty good. Alright, next is the Barbarian. This is by Will. That is a tank. Hold on. Let's try this again. Alright. Well, that actually kind of looks cool in those colors, but yeah, we'll go ahead and get it into the what are they? Twin Guard colors. There we go. Okay. I like that you're making the tank turret float. Kind of fits their overall style. These exhaust pipes here in the rear feel off. Everything else on this thing feels like really bulky, really big, and then you have tiny little skinny exhaust pipes. I feel like I would get rid of all of them and then make 2 bigger solid exhaust pipes instead of having 4 tiny little ones. Those are all functional flamethrowers. Good lord. I love the styling of the tank treads that you got. I would say you need custom wheels, but there really isn't any point in having custom wheels since for the most part it's all covered up. I would also say hide those jet engines so they're not like showing right there. Let's see here. I feel like the turret, I understand it is floating, but I feel like it sits too far forward. Or at least the nose of this is way too far, like, sloped forward. Or at the very least, like, make the turret design to where, like, it starts here and then slopes down to, like, right here. I feel like that would make it look a little bit more proportional. Because right now it looks really weird on your side profile. Okay, so you got your little eyes there. Goofy eyes, but big fuck off cram. Little tiny 250s. You don't have enough recoil absorption, you know the drill. Okay, so you just got a bunch of these little guys. Exposed detection. You got some missile interceptors. I like the idea of it, but I really think that your turret should have kind of the same styling as the base of this. Because the base of this has a lot more of like a straight, sharp angles all the way around. And then you have a giant, round, bulbous turret cap. And I feel like the turret needs to resemble the same sloped kind of styling as your hull. Alright, next is the CB-52 Olympus, or Olympus class missile battle cruiser. This is the one off the workshop. This is from Automatic Brick Thrower. 1.1 million. Good lord. Holy shit. Alright, we're gonna pause right here. First thing is I'm noticing, beautiful hull shaping. I love it. Very good. You got custom propellers down here in the back. I would honestly make those maybe like a pleak or alloy instead of metal, because it kind of looks off that the propeller is kind of the same texture as its reinforcement. Your missile decos, very good. I would also make it out of some other than the metal texture. I feel like the metal texture works fine for like holes and maybe some superstructures, but for the most part, I feel like whenever it comes to like missiles and other equipment like that, it needs to be a bit of a smoother texture because the default metal texture is a little bit too looks a little bit too crude, I guess you could say. But the missile launchers themselves look very good. They're reminding me of the missile launchers that are on the USS Long Beach. Oh, you've even got like the little ports for reloading. You got the cautionary lines and everything around those. Beautifully decoed like officer's lifeboat with a good crane. Are these depth charges? Those look. Oh, those are decoys. Very good. Yeah, this is US style, like early Cold War US style detection here. Very cool. And good fucking lord, look at these things. Those are huge missiles. God damn, those things are fucking huge. I like this style of detection. Your bridge windows look good. Does this have an interior too? It does. Jesus Christ. See, this is the kind of shit I wish I had the fucking motivation to do right now. I really wish I did. I have not had the motivation to build anything here recently. I want to. I just can't bring myself to do it. See here, you got a little 76 mil firing 234. Looks like you need a little bit more ammo intake, but you got enough recoil. Way more cooling than you need. Your overall details on this are fucking gorgeous. These custom radars, good lord, I don't even want to know how long it took you to make that. God, I don't think there's anything I can really criticize you on this. This is way to fuck over the top of what I ever do. What are these guns? 305s, they are rail assisted, got plenty of recoil absorption, 28.4 RPM. Yeah, no, this is just overall fucking gorgeous. I do not have anything I can really give input on. Next is the Chimera. This is by Gnome. What is this thing? This looks like a land vehicle. I would be correct. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is Steel Striders? Hold on. Let me get this into the Steel Striders colors then. Alright. Very interesting. So it's a land ship aircraft carrier. Big bridge. I feel like it's weird that the windows go all the way down to the floor. I feel like the floor in here should be recessed a little bit more. What is this? Special thanks to... Oh! Neat. Anywho. Okay, you got your custom wheels there. All the different exhaust ports, your aircraft hangar. Let's look at these aircraft real quick. God damn. These aircraft look fucking gorgeous. God damn, are you all gonna make it to where I can't say anything about a lot of your craft this Wreckfest? Minus the fact that you don't have a custom missile deco here. I feel like that kind of takes away from a lot of it. But either way. First aid kit, bunch of fuel tanks. Oh, what is this? Okay. That's not ominous at all of all the fucking... all the chef's hats all around. Oh my lord. What in the flying fuck is this into? I'm not gonna worry about it too much. It's not worth my sanity. No, this is really fucking cool. I got, shit, I don't really have much to say about this either. Is this an aircraft elevator? This is an aircraft elevator. Oh, wow, it even moves on its own. Hell to the yes. I love this. This is cool. How much is this thing? 266,000. Honestly, doesn't seem like it's overpriced at all, especially for how fucking big it is. Very nicely done. Alright, now is... Alrighty, next is the Chinchilla X. This is by Laser. What is this thing? Is this a tank? Or is this an aircraft? Oh, Jesus Christ. It is a walker. Oh, put it in godly, put it in godly. God damn, this is kind of giving off some of those Star Wars like Clone Wars walkers. Again, personal preference, exposed heavy armor, don't like, you. We're going to go ahead and pause this to keep this thing from constantly spazzing out. I love the giant gun up top. It reminds me, it kind of has the like same shaping as the American Striker that has the 105 mounted on top of it, but I like the vibe of it. Minus all the heavy armor, your shaping on all this is good. What is it? What is the gun? Let me look at the gun. Let me look at the fucking gun. Oh, it's a plasma gun. Interesting. So I feel like here on the sides of it, it feels a bit too flat. It feels a bit too flat. Like, I feel like it should have other sections of it kind of overhanging, like, mainly up here at the top that come out a little bit more and overhang. And don't put, like, anything that overhangs over the legs. That way it looks like they have free range of motion, but, like, here in between, it just feels like it's really flat. It feels like it needs other shaping. And it also feels like it needs some other place or some other way for, like, people to be able to get up into the thing. Because right now, it doesn't look like there's any way anybody could get up into the thing. I feel like it also needs some kind of, like, other viewports and stuff other than, like, the cameras that you got mounted up here on the front. And other than that, it's pretty fucking cool. Next is the Dicker Max. Maxing my dick to the... I'm sorry. This is by Teehee on Discord. Okay. Shaping looks like you got it down pretty well. Oh, you even got the full... Okay, here's the part that's going to bother me a lot. You've got this, like, pretty well decoed here, but don't use the default barrel texture. It just looks doo-doo stanky. Like, it really does. Like, make this like the applique material, at least. Because the default barrel material just looks fucking shit. I would make that applique. That way it looks like it's decoed. It is decoed because of the, like, I could tell it was decoed by the sloping that you had here, but it just, it takes away from all of it. Takes away from all of it. I feel like the tank skirts here need more, like, random equipment and maybe other logs, because it looks like this thing just rolled off the factory line. It doesn't look like it's been through battle at all, and it doesn't feel like that it's been out in the field at all. I feel like it needs more things indicating that it's been, like, field modified, stuff like that. Maybe some, like, logs or other tank treads that are mounted up here in the front. I also feel like you can use the some custom wheels or custom spokes here. The interior of the gun itself is beautiful. It's great. Like, I have nothing to say about this. You did excellent work here. But it's mainly just, it looks bare bones stock off the factory line. I think it would look a lot better if you added some other things to make it look like a tank crew has been in this thing for a bit, has modified it, has their own equipment, sleeping bags, stuff like that hanging off the tank skirts. Other than that, your general shaping and everything looks fine. Alrighty, next is the Fabian class cruiser. This is by FOB. Okay, let's pause real quick and look. Definitely very weird, mainly because of the spacing from the B turret to your superstructure. I feel like if you're gonna have that big open space there, it should have something more pronounced, something bigger there, other than an AA gun. Another thing here, your textures, they are clipping. All you have to do here is come to your material override, scroll down to where you find the metal mat, bam, there you go. And then it won't be clipping on that, and it'll look better. But I do appreciate the fact that you were using that to round out the back end, because the turret cap is very basic, but it's not bad. Your shaping is not what the issue is here. It's the lack of other detail. It has no viewports. It has no ladders on the side. It has no access hatches. It has nothing other than just the base turret. Now, let's look at the gun here. It's 100 mil. You got 138 RPM. Good cooling limit, good ammo intake, and autoloader. And you don't have enough fucking recoil absorption. And let's take a look at your front guns. Okay. Here's the thing I'm going to say with this. Shaping on the turret itself, fine. Not going to say anything about that. Your mantlets here, really fucking big. They stick out really far. And your barrel has no other details. Like, it needs to be thicker and bigger at the base and skinnier at the end. Because it being one solid thickness all the way through just kind of looks weird. And it's going to be the same story with that turret with this one. It needs other little details, other little viewports and stuff. You've got some kind of access and things like that here in the back, which is good. It just needs other stuff here on the side, and maybe like something else you could do is come here, do like a metal pole, and do something like this. Just create a little bit of a thicker base on the turret itself, like so. Just to add a little something to it. Now, what is the gun? It's a 389, interesting caliber. You got enough recoil absorption on this one. You don't have enough cooling limit. I feel like you should have room for like 1 or 2 more coolers to be able to do that. Oh yeah, you've absolutely got room. You've absolutely got room. Also, I would recommend not using the hollow ammo clips that actually show the shells because that creates a little bit more lag. Yeah. See all this space down here? You've got space on the bottom of the turret to put a few more coolers. Literally, like, watch. This is all I'll have to do in order to get your limit up. Boom, boom. And, hang on. Bam. That's all you need. Oh no, my recoil absorption went down some. Okay, you have room. Put another recoil absorber there. Bam! Now you increase your fire rate a little bit. Utilize that space down there by the turret base. The windows here, they look okay. I feel I could use some kind of a visor up here. Typically, you can use like the half slopes here. Do something like that. Obviously not that fucking like teal color, but you get my point. Your mast looks okay. I feel like it needs some secondary supports. Like this back end feels like it sits a bit too far back. So I feel like you could use another pole like coming up at an angle right there, or like just another, like just a beam, like a not beam, like a beam slope or something along the lines of that. Kind of like this, make it a little bit narrower. Just something like that to make it look like it's a little bit stronger of a base. Your smokestacks, the angling and shaping of them are fine. I would add some kind of grading here for the smoke to come out of. Your lifeboat's very basic, but we can work with it. Yeah, I would just say work on those details there for a little bit, and I think you'll be good. Holy shit, we're actually down to 1 fucking page. All right, next one is the Gallium. This is by Le Soviet Onion. It's just another one of those weird ass hydrofoil craft. Hang on. Wait a minute, didn't you submit this last week? Resubmitting because the file was faulty. What do you mean the file was faulty? This thing looks the fucking same. Yeah. Looks the fucking same. It's just gonna need all the same input that I gave it last time. Next up is the Grizzly. This is by Syrup. Take a look at this. Oh my god, she fucking fat. Oh, it's a monitor with a big fuck off gun. Oh, hell yeah! Minus the exposed heavy armor there. Personal preference, don't like it. Other than that, the gun, just big fuck off gun. And I love it. I love it. The details on it, very basic, but they look good. They look good. What? How big is this thing? It is at 1800 mil. And this thing's only 79k, but good lord, it probably hurts like a motherfucker. I'm gonna say your masts being basically the exact same, and like basically one hardly being taller than the other, I feel like this front one needs to be moved forward slightly and be about 4 meters taller. And honestly, I wouldn't even have the second mast if I was you. Or if you were, make this one taller, make this one a little bit shorter. And then this looks okay. Your windows are a bit narrow, but they work. They're fine. The fucking hole is really goddamn fat. But yeah, I feel like a ladder coming down the side, like right here, a ladder coming down the side for somebody to be able to get up would be good. Maybe some like drain tubes for like water that's coming on the deck. Well, no, because you have the railings like that so water can get out. Yeah, no, there's really not much I can say about that. It's just your mast looks a little bit weird, and it feels like this section above your bridge looks a little weird, but I feel like it would look a lot better if you change your masts. All right, next is the Heavy Destroyer number 2 Yanagi. This is by Secondus. Let us look here. Oh my goodness. Hello, sweet baby mama. Fucking details. Okay. I feel like the bow, your angling on it is fine, but I feel like the slopes here need to kind of like come down into the hole a little bit more. I feel like they end a little bit abruptly. Anchor chains and everything on that looks good. Your turret cap is beautifully fucking decoed. The barrels do feel a little bit thick. But let's see here. They're 170s, firing 24.6 RPM. Got enough recoil absorption. Very good. I love the custom AA guns, and you even put the fucking Japanese soldiers manning it. Very cool. Love it. Let's take a look. You got enough recoil absorption. It's a 30 mil. All of that looks good. Bridge is beautifully decorated. Even got a fucking interior into it. Oh my god. I'm straight up geeking out, my boy. Oh my lord. The big fuck off torpedoes. I'm gonna say the same thing I did for that other like workshop design. I already forgot the fucking name. For missiles and stuff, I would not make the material that they're made out of the metal texture. They look a little bit too crude. I would use either alloy or a pleak because they look a little bit smoother. Now the rest of the actual torpedo launcher looks great. A gun looks good. Custom spotlight looks good. Smokestacks look great. Good lord. And then you got your smaller torpedo launcher here. My lord, the amount of detail on this thing is fucking gorgeous. Love this. Now, here's a real testament. Honestly, not as egregious as I thought it would be. Understandable. It actually still somewhat resembles the ship that you were going after, and it isn't fucking deco coked to all living fuck and doesn't look like what it's supposed to. Excellent work, my boy. I have hardly anything to say about this. Alright, next is the MRN Remains class destroyer. This is a added work in progress helicopter to it. Okay. Alright. Okay. Hull shaping's okay. Hull shaping's okay. Let's see here. Your railings and stuff for like the sidewalls of the hull up here in front feel really fucking thick. Let's see here. It feels weird that you have this big open space there and nothing there. Kind of like it feels like there's supposed to be some kind of a gun or like a above deck missile launcher, but there's not. Is this a recessed gun? Hold on. Okay. That barrel being really short is kind of interesting, but I do like the concept of a recessed gun, but it still feels kind of weird. It makes the ship look a little bit off. But your detection spinning radar thing is really weird, and your this just needs some work. I would look at some like early Cold War detection turret things on like US cruisers, because I feel like that style would fit this a whole lot better than whatever the fuck that is. Mast design is okay, but it feels like this mast needs to be farther forward. This mast needs to be about where this one is, maybe a little bit farther forward, and get rid of that one. I do like the hazard markings that you've got around your missiles, although I would make them probably about half the width instead of them being like a full block wide. Your torpedo launchers are really fucking weird, but they're not bad. I feel like it needs like a larger shroud to go over the top of them. Lifeboats look okay. Yeah, that's gonna be your main thing, is also your superstructure, your bridge windows. I wouldn't, like I've said, I think to you before, I would not stretch these out. I would make them more individual windows. It looks better, looks more supported, because that just looks really fucking weird with the windows stretched out like that. So yeah, redo kind of that, put something up there in the front, reposition your masts and your helicopter here. The back propeller looks a little bit weird. The rear wing needs to be a lot bigger. Propeller itself is fine. The cockpit needs to be bigger because it feels really fucking... It feels really small. I know it's a work in progress, but I'm already giving you my input on it anyway. The base of the main propeller needs to be thicker and more detailed. And we'll leave it at that. Alright, next is the Needs More gun. This is by Teehee. What is this thing? Oh, sweet fucking lord. Are these all crams or APS? These are all APS. Are these all diff guns? They're all diff guns! I like where this is going. Let's see here. Got good recoil absorption, almost perfectly balanced at the fire rate and everything. Very good. My game is having a stroke. Holy shit. Your bridge feels really weird. I feel like instead of it like having this smaller section up in the front and then 45 degrees out and then back, I feel like your bridge should instead come out here kind of more like this. I feel like it should, the windows should come out like that more. More of that angle. Instead of it having like this weird divot or like elevate, not elevate. You get what I fucking mean. I want to see this thing fire. Oh my fucking lord, my ears! Fuck! Oh my god, those are big fuck off. Oh, I love it. Good lord. I love it. I would make some different thrusters for this because it looks like, I feel like you could have some more cool design choices if you made it to like, you decoed it to where it had like a big thruster up here and a big thruster back there, and that was it. It also feels like it's lacking some detection and communication equipment. But other than that, I think the concept of this is pretty fucking cool, because the broadside is just tally-ho. Here, hold this, chuckle fuck, and just blast them with 18 fucking HE shells or whatever. Alright, next is the Ocean Platform Mark III Command Platform. This is by Champ Diamondfoot. Let's look at this guy. Oh, it's like a little oil rig almost. The main thing I'm seeing with this, I feel that these posts need to come down farther, and all of these decks being like only 2 blocks apart and also like getting cut off at the same like width kind of looks weird. I feel like some of the decks should have other sections of it that kind of crop out, such as like, I don't know, have a certain section of the deck that just comes out to like right here. You know, one deck that comes out there. Maybe have this deck come out to here. You know, and, you know, kind of mix up how the decks are laid out. That way it gives the impression or the immersion of more depth to the design without really doing that much, you know. Doing stuff like that would help. Your base building looks fine. Don't really have much to say to that. Your helipad looks great. I do like that. Watch your step. I feel like this, like, if this is going to be, like, some kind of manufacturing or, like, supply thing, I feel like it needs to have more shaping or more, like, crop out sections on the side of the walls, because right now it's really, really flat. And maybe having some other exposed piping, wiring, maybe an external crane, something like that, I think would do it a lot of favors. Alright, next is the Orbital gunship Clemens. This is by Xenodragon. Not gonna lie, it straight up looked like a giant dick in the preview for that. But I do like the overall design. I feel like it, to me, the way that it looks like right now, it looks like it should rotate 90 degrees up and the fin, like those fins be up at the top and pointing straight down at the earth. Like that's what it looks more like it should be doing right now. I'm going to assume that that is not supposed to be this low. And we're going to spawn a little bit higher up at space, probably because it's not meant to... What? Okay, I don't understand. Anyway, I do like the guns that you got here. Very cool. There's just little 18 mils, but I do like the overall design of them. Very cool. I like your little detection equipment that you got there, and that it's asymmetrical. It's not all the same. Overall shaping of this, I do like quite a lot. Yeah, there's not much I could really say about it, because I'm not very good at space or sci-fi, but I do enjoy the overall design of it. I think it is pretty cool, but it does still feel like it's supposed to rotate like 90 degrees and this be facing down towards something and have like a giant laser or whatever. But overall, I think this looks pretty cool. I don't really have much to say. Alright, next is the PBC Michelangelo. This is by Nova Galaxy. That sounds familiar. Didn't I already review this? I thought I did already. Hang on, I'm gonna check. Yes, I did. I already did review this, but he says CIWS changes, more detection added, few deco changes, yada yada. Okay, so what did you do for the CWiz? Because CWiz, everything looks the same. Yeah, everything looks the same. I still say that these fucking guns need to have more of the same kind of styling to like those little guns that were on the side of that orbital bombardment whatever thing that we just went over. I feel like it needs to have more of that kind of a style to it rather than that. Yeah, this just looks the same. It doesn't look like really anything it's really changed, at least not that I could think of off the top of my head. Alrighty, next up is the Ravager. This is by Kevin. Good fucking lord, hold on. I need to get this back into whatever fucking my flares. First thing is I feel like all these barrels need to be decoed. Like I feel like they need to have custom barrel textures, and they also need to have like little ring supports around them to make it look like the barrels actually have something holding them together. Maybe something similar on this as well. The little drill missiles here I do like. Good lord, all the fucking drills on the wheels. Very interesting. What else can I say about this? I'm not very good at White Flare's style, because this definitely kind of gives off a White Flare's vibe to it. Yeah, I don't really know. Maybe try and create a little bit more of a custom mantlet in here for the guns. And maybe some kind of more of a custom missile launcher or like missile rails for these missiles to come off of. Just right now it kind of looks a little bit weird with them being like clipped in here with the missile connectors. Also, maybe make some bigger custom headlights. That's sit right here. And other than that, I don't really have much to say because I'm not too certain what else I would do to it myself. Alright, next is the Readout. This is by Gnome. Is this a tank? Yes, yes it is. Oh my lord. Oh. Oh no. Not the fucking carousel cannon. Oh good lord. What the fuck? Fucking outstanding. How expensive is this? 53k? Has a decent amount of firepower. I don't really know what to say about it because it's just really fucking weird. The wheel layout is really fucking weird. I don't really know what to say about it. It's Onyx Watch. It's not like Onyx Watch most times. Most times Onyx Watch doesn't look that good. But I like how goofy this thing is. Which is the constantly revolving cram Tetris. Or cram turret on this. Alright, next is the SBB Valles Marineris. This is by Darth Tillman the Wise. Is that 46 million in cost? This is gonna crash my PC, ain't it? You know it's bad whenever it can't load in the cost in its full fucking number down there at the bottom.
2,000 years later.
Oh, hey, it finally loaded. Look at that. It only took fucking 10 goddamn business days. Okay, we are going to pause. Yes, pause. Please. Okie dokie. Holy fuck. Weight. Fat. Length. Bat. Width. Bat. 35,000 total firepower. What the fuck? Darth Tillman. What the shit is this? You have rifled barrels too, or at least partially? What the shit is wrong with you? 500 mils, 30 RPM. Oh my lord. Fucking French turret caps with an American style superstructure, Japanese style secondaries, more French secondary. Like, this is a combination of everything. All fuck shit into one. Look at the amount of guns. The amount of guns. What am I supposed to say about this? I'm afraid to shoot it, otherwise it may fucking crash my game. Okay, hang on. We're going to give it one Hail Mary. 1,600 weapons. Buddy, who hurt you? And when the fuck can you use this? 46 million in cost, and the thing is sinking immediately. I saw for a second the amount of up props this thing needs. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god damn. Okay, hang on. Let's just look at the sheer wall. Oh my god! Oh, the pistol blasts. Jesus! Good fucking lord, man. Good lord. Hey, you even have custom missile decos. Congratulations, you added to the lag at this point. Holy fuck. Whatever hurts you will no longer be hurting you. Okay, we are never going to spawn that thing in again. My office has... I can tell it has gotten a few degrees hotter in here from my computer fucking having a stroke trying to load that. And we are moving on to the Storm Cannon, which is by Syrup God. And he says that this is still a work in progress. So let us take a look. What is the Storm Gun? Another stationary emplacement. The sound from all those guns firing on that thing are still registering. Good lord. Anywho, so this is just a really big fuck off gun for a station or for a coastal defense. It is a cram. It is a 2000 millimeter. I love the design on it. Oh, you've even got like a little loading dock kind of thing to be able to load up the giant ass shells that this thing is going to be firing. Beautiful. God. I wish cram was more effective. I wish they weren't so fucking slow. But no, I don't have anything to say about it. It's beautifully decoed with a big fuck off gun. Alright, next is the Uprac Class 1954 Guided Missile Frigate. This is by Cole. Alright, let's look at this little guy. Little tiny AA gun. This thing's only 81k, goddamn. Got enough recoil absorption, good fire rate. You are 0.1 rate of fire off on your cooling limit. That would bother me personally. I like the style porthole windows you got there. Mast looks good. All your rigging looks good. Oh, you even got a little different gun here in the back. You got enough recoil absorption. Good cooling limit. Decent fire rate of 403. Little tiny fucking... What the hell are these? Are these decoys? What the hell are those things? They kind of look goofy. Kind of look a little bit stupid. But I do like the off-center or like the asymmetric superstructure here. Though I feel like with the amount of effort that you put into the rest of the ship, I feel like you should put a little bit more effort into like a standardized design for a lifeboat. Because this feels like way too angular. It feels like it needs to be a lot more curved. More like, you know, a canoe or a kayak or something like that. You know, something more along that shape than that. But the rest of it looks great. So, yeah, nope, I don't have anything else to say about it. Beautiful, beautiful design there, Colton. Alright, next is the Vitriol. I think that's how you say it. This is by Elite Leon. This looks like a giant airship. That is because it is, and god damn it, fucking fleet cars. God, you motherfuckers. Stop. Look it, we're gonna do you in gray Talons colors. Because you're a goddamn airship. Now, anyway, overall shaping of the base of your airship, great. Looks good. I like all the little tiny propellers everywhere to make this thing stay up. I feel like it needs more exposed bits, kind of like that you've got here on the sides for the side engines. I feel like that would do it a lot of good. Also create some custom rails and custom decos for your decoys here. The little tiny engines there look fine. Your rear wing, it looks alright. I like all the kind of scaffolding that you've got coming along. Nice little deco for that. Did I see something floating on that? No, I thought I saw like a floating block on that. Same gun design as your other one that you submitted earlier, but it's not bad. I like it. I like it. I like the bridge design that you've got down here. Oh, you've even got a little bit of an interior too. Very nice. Let's see, what's up here? Does this just lead all the way to the top? Good lord, dude, this is a fucking maze! Brother, this stuff... You're making so many doors and access hatches that lead to nowhere! This is just a maze! This is just a fucking maze. Good fucking Christ. I do feel like this lower deck, though, needs to be thinner than a full block. I feel like it needs to be like half a meter of thickness for the actual walking deck of that. Let's take a look at your little plane. The main thing that I'm seeing with your plane is your cockpit is really high up, and the overall shaping of your airplane, the fuselage, is really thick. Like, I feel like the cockpit and the upper section of your aircraft needs to be down like by like a meter, because it feels really thick. And your wing, it feels really short and really long. So I would maybe make it go up by 1 meter and make it come back by maybe 1 more meter. But other than that, I like the overall idea of it. I think it's a cool concept. I'm not very good at airships myself, so I appreciate the fact that this looks even half decent. Alright, and the last one is the Zweihander? Zweihander? I'm gonna roll with that. This is by Kevin. What is this thing? That is a Deepwater Guard thing. Okay. I kind of like the vibe of all the little miniguns all around. They don't have any recoil absorption whatsoever. You know the drill. Look at these little guns down here. They barely don't have enough recoil absorption. What about these guys? This is a weird texture that you have on the end of the barrels for this. Not too certain how I feel about that. And these portholes up here kind of look a bit fucked like that. Why do you have 3 different kinds of rangefinders like that? Because it kind of looks stupid the way that you got it right now. Like, the overall shaping of the turret looks kind of nice, but these portholes and those rangefinders look stupid. Jesus. Definitely got a lot of guns on it. It's a bit expensive, but I do like the idea of it and the Deepwater Guard vibe to it, but it kind of doesn't look Deepwater Guard. Like, it looks too... How do you say it? Refined, I guess you could say. It doesn't look scrapped together. It looks like it was purposely designed this way. And whenever I see Deepwater Guard or Dustwind Gypsies or Dustwind Gang, whatever the fuck they call it on Ashes, it just doesn't look scrapped together. It looks like it was designed and made to be this way. That's the main thing that's throwing me off on it. I feel like this looks more like a Steel Striders-esque kind of design rather than Deepwater Guard. That's the big thing on that. Alrighty, Chucklefucks, I think that finally brings an end to this session of Wrench's Wreckfest. Thank you to those who submitted their designs for review this week, and if you want to participate in Wrench's Wreckfest, you could do so by joining my Discord via the link in the description below. And towards the bottom of my Discord server, there will be a tab for Wrench's Wreckfest. You can submit up to 2 designs every week. The deadline for whenever you can submit a craft for the next week's video is on Sunday, 12 p.m. CTE. And then whenever you submit a craft before that deadline, your craft will be included in the next week's video, which will be uploaded at Sunday, 12 p.m. CTE. That just gives me a week to be able to make the video. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you Chucklefucks in the next one. Thanks.